thank you for coming on the red carpet round table, Miss Tamara.
Yeah, thank you. Me too. I'm excited.
Um,
Excited to meet you.
I want
Here,
to
what
dive into what attracted you to begin your career in the entertainment industry. Because I know a lot of people may be asking that question who may know you personally or who may not know you.
oh yeah. So I even when I was a little girl, I loved to watch actors and watch movies and TV shows and everything. And I just think, it's part of our life, this storytelling, and we remember all these amazing things. But what finally got me into it was that I had three different friends. One is an actress in LA, um, say to me, "You should be an actress." And it was all within like 1 month. It was
Hmm.
so bizarre. And I think it was just a perfect time in my life. I was just kind of thinking, I had finally got to the point where I was pain free after a pretty serious neck injury in an auto accident. And I'd kind of felt almost like incarcerated in my body because I couldn't move like I had wanted to, like I was used to. Um, and it was just this very serious time in my life for like 4 straight years of chronic pain. And I thought, well, that'd be kind of fun. So I decided, it's something that you've kind of always wanted to do. Why not? So I took an intro to acting class through the Denver Center of Performing Arts. It was 6 weeks long, and I loved every minute. And I was very surprised because I'm actually pretty shy. I mean, now I feel like I've overcome a lot of shyness, but I was pretty darn shy at that time. And yeah, one thing led to another, and I just loved it. And I thought, I
Hmm.
have to keep going. I have to keep going. This is it was bringing something out of me that I felt needed to come out.
Hmm. I'm so sorry about the car accident that's happened
Yeah.
to you. And, you know, everybody who I've interviewed, um, has a very interesting story, a background of how they want to get into the entertainment industry or how they got inspired to be in the entertainment industry. And the one thing about the entertainment industry, it is a challenge. And we'll talk about that as well, is that it's not like fine and dandy. It's not like you're going to win Oscar award right there. You're not gonna, right? And the reason I mention that
Explain it.
because a lot of audience need to realize the reality. It's a tough industry, and it's not a competition. It's about supporting each other from the A list to B list, And so for you, I want to dig into this. Is for you for your story. Is what have you noticed? What is so challenging for yourself being in this entertainment industry?
Um, I mean, definitely getting the right exposure. Um, Also working on your skills. I mean, I think yes, there are people with a natural ability, um, but also just really, I mean, it's constant discovery. But yeah, I feel like it's yeah, getting the right exposure and um, because this industry has been so slow for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. Um, I think you can really get into your head and,
Hmm.
oh
Hmm.
no, maybe I'm not good enough. I think that, so many of us actors, I mean, we're very emotional beings. And so you can get into your head, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. But thank goodness for, Instagram and, just chatting with other actors and being in your acting classes, because then you realize, oh gosh, actually, everyone's been slow.
Right.
um, so yeah, I feel that, just finding the right support and the right mindset helps immensely. And I feel that we have to be in this for the art of it. If you're looking for attention or yeah, to be the next big star and like imagining being up on the stage getting an Oscar or
Hmm.
something like that. Oh my gosh, I think you could. really wreck yourself. At
Right.
least
Well,
me. I
it's
can figure it out.
excuse me, because a lot of people who may be wondering, like, do we all compete with each other? It's not competing with each other. It's just a support. And the one thing I love about the social media, especially Instagram, is we all support each other. It doesn't matter where we're living, right?
Yeah,
We all come together as one mind and say, well, congratulations, and keep it up, keep it going. That's the one thing. Um,
I love that. Yes,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
I could not agree more because, yes, I think we've all in this process met the people that can be very competitive, and it just wrecks everything. And
hmm
so it's just fun, and yeah, it's really fun to just like I'm yeah, I've been in natural health for many, many years, and I'm very much into energy and meditation and I mean it's the most exciting thing is to share that energy with your scene partner. Well, it's also really fun to share that energy with, yes, everyone on Instagram, your friends in class, and because we're getting to know each other's essence and all of us are so unique. And you could have two people that say look identical and they're going out for the same role, but each person is so unique.
right.
I don't know. Yeah, I've been in casting rooms where I kind of looked around the room, and I remember when I first began representation in New Mexico, and I saw this woman waiting for her audition, and I thought, she'd be perfect for this, and she's the one that got it.
It's good. And it's amazing. I want to dig into because you did film and acting in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I've heard that's growing and blooming and everything. What have you noticed the difference between, Colorado acting and New Mexico acting? I bring that up because a lot of people are curious because each state is different, the
Oh yeah.
scenery and everything. So what is what have you noticed?
Oh yeah. Well, Colorado, I guess back in the 80s, early 90s, it actually was, we did have, we had a few TV shows that were filmed here and movies, but Colorado, we all say now, I mean, I've done, we have lots of independent films, or we did, at least, um, back, I mean, I haven't really focused, I've done a few projects in Colorado
Hmm.
or in the last few years. But Colorado was more, I would say, more of a commercial market, and it's not huge. I would
Okay.
say our commercial market is about the same size as New Mexico's film
Hmm.
market, possibly a little bit more,
Okay.
just from my experience. But yes, New Mexico, because of all of their film incentives, and they have so much. It's oh my gosh, and I would
Yes,
say,
it's amazing. So
yeah,
when you mean commercial, I want
oh
to dive into that a little bit. Commercial wise, like in Colorado, um, if you mind me saying, are you saying the film industry wasn't so big in Colorado, including right now, or is it growing? Have you noticed?
I kind of feel like it's still the same. But I've been focusing on other markets, so maybe
Hmm.
that's why. But my opinion, yeah, I feel like it's actually just been slow the last few years, even the
Okay.
commercial market. But yeah, I know that Colorado's SAG is really trying. I mean, they're working really hard to put Colorado on the map. But it's nothing like New Mexico, just with
Hmm.
all of they have.
Well, you never know. Hopefully,
Oh yeah,
Colorado gets on the
exactly.
map.
Oh yeah, it could definitely happen. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I know there's been a lot of talk about putting film studios in and things like that. So I mean, it would be great because um, I mean, Colorado has all kinds of unique scenery. I do remember one of my acting coaches. He passed away. He was my first film acting coach, and his theory was that it is tough to film in Colorado because of our changing weather. Say, for instance, like snow. I mean, we can have snow one moment, and then it can be gone the next. So that was
Hmm.
one of the theories, but I don't
Like
know.
if it's 80 degrees one day here on the Weather Channel, and then it gets blizzard the next day because of big
Yes,
cold front. So
yes.
yeah,
So it's
I
probably
see that.
fun.
I do see what you're talking about because of weather change in Colorado.
Yeah.
Um, what, I switch the topic, but who really emotionally inspired you in your life until now?
Mm. Oh gosh. In my life for acting or just in life in general?
Both.
Okay. For acting, gosh, I think it's like old childhood memories. Because I like to play and I seem to get cast as characters kind of like opposite my personality. But it's cool because I think we've all got it in us anyway. But my mother was she had a very, very strong personality. Um, and I mean, she could be like a rush of wind. And so she inspires a lot of my roles. And then um, in life, it would be my mother's mother, my grandmother.
Hmm.
Uh, she was just, again, a redhead, classic redhead energy. Um, so a little Spitfire, but the kindest person. And she really meant the best for everyone. Um, but she was like the epitome of the feminine energy, the strength of the feminine energy, where we can be loving and all enveloping,
Hmm.
but yet there's like this mama bear, and then also just this like sassy side to us, which I don't know. I like that about being a
Wow,
woman. Can
amazing.
be surprising.
And do you have any upcoming projects that you have worked on or?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Well, we have one that is in post-production that we shot a few years ago. They're really taking their time with the post-production. It's an indie film that I shot in Colorado, and it's going to be they're not sure how they're going to do it, but basically it's an epic film. So it's actually three full films, but they can also break it into a series. So once they have that edited, which should be pretty soon, we'll see where it goes. They've been actively, they're not sharing too much with us, but that's really exciting. And then I have another upcoming project in New Mexico too.
Wow,
Yeah, yeah, I know.
congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Um, and I think it should be filming this summer. So,
Wow,
yeah.
amazing. Out of all the roles you played so far, which one is your favorite?
Um, it's the epic film that's coming.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um,
And I know you can't talk about it, it's okay.
right. Yeah. I love the different facets of the
Hmm.
character. Yeah, it's kind of like everything that I do all wrapped into one.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing,
Uh,
amazing.
yeah. Even her name is a
About
nice
uh,
character
um,
role.
I want to dig into auditions and everything because everybody wants to know about it, especially any young actors and actresses who want to get into this industry.
Yeah.
What is your advice for a lot of them who want to get into this? Because, like what I said is, you think it's fine and dandy and easy, right? But, you don't
Yeah.
realize all the auditions with, with why you didn't get it or how many times. And I think before you answer the question, I think it's you can answer this as well. But I don't know if you're old tradition or newer traditional, but a lot of old tradition they believe that going in person for audition, showing your impression, they like that. That's the old tradition. The newer tradition, or like the young actors, they like it on Zoom, so you don't have to go there and do all that. So, in two questions is what is your opinion on that? And then what's your advice to a lot of upcoming actors to handle the auditions with so many times you get denied and you have to do 100 times and so on?
Yes, well, let's see. First, yes, I love in-person auditions because you get to bounce ideas back and forth with the casting director.
Hmm.
It's great for them to get a sense of your energy too, and you just kind of get to know each other. There is something really special about being in the room. And if you're just self-taping, yes, it's convenient, and I do love the convenience of it, but in a split second, if you're in the room with the casting director, they can quickly say, let's try it this way. And then you get to explore
Okay.
together. Where if you're just self taping, I mean, oh my gosh, your mind can go a million different directions.
Right, right.
Um, I do like the live auditions, the Zoom type auditions that we can
Hmm.
get sometimes. I try if they have that option, I try for that as often as possible because at least it does help with the travel and everything. It's
Okay.
easy. We don't have to. I mean, I was originally driving from Colorado down to Albuquerque and Santa Fe, and I felt like a truck driver. I, I had a few times where I was like, oh my gosh, I drove to Albuquerque and back for 5 minutes in the room today. That's crazy. um, but again, yes, for those auditions and that, yeah, that constant rejection, it's just you're going you're going to hear no more than you're ever going to hear yes. But just know that I like to actually try to see who books because then I can see, oh, look at that. Yeah, that person, oh, they look more like so and so's mother, or oh yeah, that there was an age gap, definitely. Oh yeah, they cast the husband, he has a bigger role, that wouldn't have worked, or just watch them and go, wow, they're really a good actor. Um, I think, yeah, actually embrace the rejection and see it as something else to learn.
Mhm.
But yeah, be ready for just lots and lots of rejection. And it's okay. I the opportunity to get into the room is incredible. I just saw a video. I can't remember who it was, but I think it was Beth Stein. Gosh darn it, I can't think of her name. Anyway, she said for this role, she had heard from a casting director about a
Hmm.
role,
Hmm.
and they had 7,500 submissions
Wow.
for this role, and they auditioned 100. So if you get the audition, I mean,
You're
that's a
set.
booking. That's a booking. Yeah, that is really they wanted to see you, and treat every audition like you're on set. It's your chance to act. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, see it as an opportunity, and don't get too hard on yourself for not.
That's that's amazing to hear um how you like it in person because you can show impression, and do you feel like, and I could be wrong, but do you feel like that in-person audition is slowly going away now because it's coming to Zoom?
Oh, definitely. I feel like actually, I think most of the casting directors, I mean, I think they closed their offices in 2020. I don't even, I mean, like in LA, they have casting offices, and I think that they're
Hmm.
still doing some in person, but I know for sure in New Mexico, I think they're all just doing it out of their houses.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
It's
So
very
it's saving them
interesting
money.
because, I think you're going from the old traditional way of being in person to a lot of younger generations who like it, um, excuse me, on Zoom because you don't have to travel. I think that's the one big plus about Zoom, I have to admit, because if you're living, for example, in New Mexico and you have to like, oh, can you come to California? And you're like, well, I work, I have school, I can't. Then you have
Yeah.
Zoom. So that's one thing I agree on that because and you're right. Your head may be spinning, but at least you can get it, you don't have to worry about going anywhere. So I just like to let the audience hear the viewpoints, what the plus about auditions are, what Zoom is and what the plus of not what the plus in person and what's the negative and the positive. And so it's very interesting that I'm hearing that more in Zoom is happening now instead of in person. And I think it's interesting as well, but it's kind of to me it's kind of cool. I don't know. It's kind of interesting, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
um, you as yourself as a young I mean, I say young actress, but
Thank you.
um, where do you see yourself in 5 years, or what do you see yourself? What's your hope and your goal and your next accomplishment?
I mean, I would just like I'm just currently just setting my life up so that I can be um, available even more for acting.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I ran my own business for most of my life, but I'm setting it up so that I will have more free time and that I can just travel everywhere. So, and just really be able to just hit my different markets and have places to live in those markets. Um, so that's what I'm working on. And just, I mean, really continuing to develop my skills and just explore. I mean, sure, it would be great to be a seasoned regular on a show, a hit show, right? That's what we all want. Um, but I feel that um, we have to be I don't know, realistic, but keep the
Yeah.
dreamer too. Like, I guess it's that, like, wouldn't it be great if um, that magic happens? But as well, I mean, I've really found that this is what I love to do.
Mhm.
I've taken little pauses and just gone, I don't know if I want to do this. And because I would feel, and I think that it was because I was getting exhausted driving from Colorado to New Mexico. And even though I was having fun, but I think it just kind of came off of that and also just running my own business on top of it. It's a ton of work. So I think that when I would take those pauses, it was because I was exhausted. But really just setting up my life so that I can do more of this and just being available, being
Wow.
able to go, you know what? Yeah,
That's
let's
true.
work on an indie
Hmm.
film for a month. And I don't have to worry about, retirement and stuff
I
like that.
think I
Let's
think
do
we all
indie
wish
film
we don't have
where,
to worry
you
about
don't get paid a
retirement,
lot.
right? But
Oops, I'm sorry, what?
I guess we all don't have to worry about retirement. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know,
yeah.
right?
I mean, I don't look forward to retirement because your life is like you want to go, 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 go.
Oh, definitely. And honestly, yeah, I think I would be the busiest retired person because there are just so many things that I like to do. I just want the
Hmm.
time to goof off.
And I think that's one thing I love about the entertainment industry. Don't get me wrong, audience, but the the you don't retire. You can't. I mean, I don't want to
No,
say you can't. You just don't because you're
yeah,
acting. You can act any age. Look at Betty
exactly.
White, for example. She was still acting. I loved her, by the way, but
My
it's
gosh, me
so
too.
amazing because
Yes.
people are like, okay, we don't see her on TV as much, but you'd be surprised. You see her walking, she still makes us laugh, and it's like, wow. And it's like,
And she
that's
was
the retirement life you want.
oh, that is my retirement life. That's what I want. Yes, just to keep doing this. Yes.
Hmm.
What she was so sharp. I mean, she was in her 90s and she was just sharp as a tack. That's
Yeah,
was so
it was
awesome.
amazing. I
Yes.
just hope somebody out there will make another Golden Girls TV show.
Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be
Because that would be
amazing?
amazing.
That would
Amazing
be
in my
good.
opinion.
I
100%.
love that.
Um, what is your favorite genre and
Mm,
what is your dream genre role?
I do love drama. Um, really like those movies, those independent style movies that where people really they come back together with family. Like I just watched not too long ago this movie, The Road to the Lemon Grove. Have you ever seen that? It's an Italian film.
I believe I've seen it.
I loved it, and it was just about this guy whose father passed, and they had this very tumultuous relationship. But I won't give the movie away because it's so good. I recommend it to everybody. But just that coming to peace with things and understanding his father. I love movies like that, and that's what I want. I feel that we have to tell the stories to heal one another, and the biggest conflict is misunderstanding one another. So to help people understand one another, that's what I want. But
Oh.
it's usually dramatic.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I
I
do love comedy too. That's really fun.
I
But
love drama movies because drama movies seems more, what do you call it? They kind of make it so emotional sometimes. And I think it's good because you want to make the audience, cry,
yes,
and have that
yes.
little emotional and that moment in the life and reality. And it's kind of like sometimes I didn't used to like drama back in the days.
Mhm.
And then the more I watch it, the more I was like, okay, I like this.
Yeah,
It was weird.
yeah.
Um,
It's like I think the older we grow, the more we really want to understand ourselves.
hmm
Yeah,
Who
and one
who
another.
what
But
is your favorite drama TV show or movie?
I mean, it was comedic in a way too. But Mad Men, Mad Men was I've watched that. I think I've watched the entire show at least 3 times.
Hmm.
Loved all the psychology in in their lives, just all of that. And yeah, I just felt like it was such an exploration of self and growth for every character. It was so well done. I mean, the acting was just superb, but just to watch every character was just it was just incredible. So that's
I
my
totally agree.
absolute favorite
I
show.
100% agree with you. Everything about it, I love.
Yeah,
100%. And it's
everything. I refer to it so many times. I'm like, don't, I don't know. Haven't we all kind of wanted to be a Dawn Draper?
mhm.
Like, run away from all of this. And then it comes back for you.
Right, right. Um, I want to get into this topic where women empowerment. And um, I bring this up because what do you see the struggle that you're noticing in the entertainment industry for women empowerment? And it's not me attacking the entertainment industry, so everybody needs to understand that. But what have you noticed? Because I feel like there's not enough lead actresses or lead female directors, A-list or not. What have you noticed, and what do you think you're hoping to help? And what's your message to everybody out there, to male directors or female directors, etc., to say, hey, we women can also direct. We women can be lead actors and actresses in films and TV shows. So what have you noticed, and what's your other message to encourage to say, hopefully, hey, we can do it too?
Yes. Gosh, yeah, that's a good one because even when we're searching for sides to work on for acting
Hmm.
classes, those powerful roles, sometimes I'll use scripts that, are actually a male character. I'll just work from that. Um, uh, Yeah, we do. We need more female directors. We need more stories told from the female perspective. I don't know if it's like we think of a hero when we think of Superman. We think of a man. We think of father, hero. But we also have to remember Wonder Woman um, and our mothers. Um, but okay, this is just kind of I don't know. This is my wacky observation, but in fashion. it seems like we are seeing more focus on older women and their
Hmm.
expression and how stylish they are and how wise they are. So maybe if we're following fashion, maybe we will see
Okay.
more in film, but
Hmm.
we do, we need it. And I mean, I try to watch as many female directed films as
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
can. And also, just, a female lead character, at least, you know, I mean, at least 50-50, but
Hmm.
it is wild to watch movies and it is mostly males. or or you watch your agent's, Instagram page, but and it's like there's a guy, there's a guy. So
Very true, very true. And
yeah,
w- do you see that there are more female lead actresses now in this time of day and directors?
I do. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. So I think we're going in the right direction.
Hmm. And that's amazing because I also agree with you as well, because I do see the change and it's changing. And I have nothing wrong with male directors as well. And I
Yeah.
mean, so that's why I'm
Mhm.
focusing on both. And I feel like that we we can make all all great films. It's so interesting how the female directors and female lead actors can actually do it. They can show, we they can make films and TV shows and all kinds of show that hey, we can do action films. We can jump out on an airplane or all kinds of stuff, right? And so it's interesting to hear everybody's views on it, on how what is the challenges and what we're hoping to change in the film industry, right? And so, do you feel like that the film industry is changing, the TV show industry is changing?
Yeah, I do. Um, I feel that they are, there is more of a focus. Gosh, I don't know. It's like, I think there for a bit, I wasn't watching that much because it was more like there was so much political stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had so much crazy political stuff. I don't even want to get into politics, but like just crazy political stuff for, a while now. And so, but I feel that when I talk to people, even outside of acting, say in my other job, because I'm an acupuncturist, um, people are watching shows that have to do with relationships, or they're like an escape. It's like an adventure, like the Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I don't know if you saw that series, but everybody loved that. I watched it. I loved it. So we wanted that escape. So I feel like um, since Hollywood has been slow, the studios, the production companies have realized, wait a minute, something's going on. Okay, we need to look at this. We have to see what is selling, and at least the people that I'm surrounded by are into, yeah, like fantasy shows, escape, or something to grow from. So hopefully,
Wow, I totally agree with you. It's interesting.
oh, good. I'm
The
glad you agree.
the film industry is changing, and I think it's going the right way as well. And but I also think it's the concerning, and I know everybody agrees, is the AIs, and I it bothers me because we're not. It sounds wrong. I think it's that not I'm not attacking America. So forgive me, I'm not.
Right.
Every audience needs to understand that we're not. But I think America is going too fast in technology, in my opinion. You know, when you look at other countries, South Korea, Japan, England, um, you notice you don't hear much about AIs taking over acting industry. You hear about other AI small stuff, but it's not as bad here in America. Again, I'm not attacking America. Audience, please understand that. But but I don't know if you agree, but it's like
Oh,
we didn't used to hear that AI is taking over us as acting. It's like, for me, it was like you think about it, it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then you think about it again, it's like, wait, no, that's not cool. Wait a minute. There, that's not me on TV when I'm here. I've never been there. Or that's not me sitting on that sofa. Or like, how can you have me here and I'm and the other way over there? That's not me. And it's like, and it's like you can, right? But unless it's your twin brother or twin sister. So I don't know if you agree, but I feel like that the AI is getting, it sounds weird to say this, but getting a little out of control.
mhm.
Don't you agree?
Oh yeah, I agree. And my opinion is that you look elsewhere in the world, and yeah, like Europe. I mean, they have such an appreciation for history, and I mean, you think about the architecture. You go to, um, yeah, Europe, and I mean, they're surrounded by all of this history and their culture, and and even yeah, my friends that are acting in Mexico, yeah, you don't see that, but I think that they also just have this fine appreciation. They have much more of an appreciation for art. I mean, my
Yes.
from knowing friends, I didn't dance professionally, but I had lots of friends who danced professionally with ballet, and um, I mean, gosh, you go to other countries, and I mean, people are still considered, they're like, oh my gosh, it's that, ballerina. And here in the US, they're like, did they make much money? It's like, oh my
Right.
God. It's this
100%.
amazing
And
stuff.
you're right. It's appreciation. You said it right there. Appreciation of art, right? And if you look very back in the days in my mind's went blank, but in England, right? They had theater acting. That was human beings. That's where we acting, where we go on stage and we do all the acting and everything. Shakespeare, thank you, Shakespeare,
Yes. Oh,
right?
yes.
Make my one
Yeah.
break. But we all the acting, is us as human being, and then so you're 100%. You said it right there. Point on. I
Yeah.
appreciate the art.
They appreciate the art and the artist, and they realize that, yeah, this AI, it doesn't have that soul to it that
Mm-hmm.
seeing an actual person.
100%.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally agree with you. You just like you said it point on. I appreciate the art. That is what we need to hear, and that's what we need to do. I appreciate the art because we as human beings, we paint on walls. We paint on brick buildings. We do things because we it comes from our brain. And when we're acting, it's from us. Our brain is telling us how to act, and that's our art. How to do this, how to move this way, how to cry. So you 100% it sent on point
And
blank.
oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I was just thinking like in Africa, there's a big celebration. They're dancing. Everybody's together and they're all
Mm-hmm.
yes.
So 100%. It's amazing. I totally agree with you. And thank you for sharing that. Now, where can people find you on social media or if they want to connect with you or if there's any young actors out there, male or female, who want to get advice from you, especially in Colorado, and they're
Yeah.
like, hey, she lives in our town or she lives
Yeah.
in our state. How can they get a hold of you and, go from there?
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, I would love that. Yeah, and I've had a few people like my patients, who have kids that are getting into. Hey, can they speak with you? Like, yes. Where are they living? I'll try to find them, an agent. Um, so let's see. So I'm Tamara Bailey, actress here on Instagram, And I think there's Tamara underscore Bailey underscore actress, I think. And then, yeah, if you want to email me, I'm Tamara Bailey. Um, let's see, wait a minute. Sorry. Yeah, it's Tamara Bailey actress at iCloud.com. I
Wow, thank you, thank you.
don't
And
email myself very much.
no, you're good, you're good. And I appreciate you coming on, and I can't wait to have you back on again in the near future.
I love that. Yeah, this is lovely. You're a very good interviewer. I'm so impressed.
Thank you, thank you. I just love doing this because you we are all in this entertainment industry, but also I love hearing people's stories and background. You know, what is the plus? What's the negative? And why they're doing this. And it's like I said, it doesn't matter if you're A-list actors or not. It's just we're all supporting each other in this community. And I will say this real quick is that people think we're a small community. We are not. No, it's no
We're
small. We are
everywhere.
big. We are big. And
Yeah.
I know you agree, but it's like we could be living anywhere in the United States and we are supporting each other. And that is a family. It's like to me it's so weird because I will say this real quick is like you're following people on Instagram, you're following other actors and actresses, right? And you get so connected somehow. It's just weird. And it's that connection, like you don't see them in person, but you see them and they see you, but they don't see you in person. But that connection, they're supporting you and you feel that love and you're like, and then you somehow see them in public and you're like, I've seen you before. And they look at you like, I've seen you before. And you're like, hold on. It's like, where? But it's so cool because that's, to me, it's cool because it's like, oh, wait, we're supporting each other. That's where we see each other on Instagram. We are connecting. And that's the one thing I love about it.
Connection.
Yes,
That's what we need. We need that. That's what keeps us going. And I just feel like, yeah, we're all feeling each other. So we might as well just celebrate it and just
yes, 100%.
have,
Well,
have a ton of fun.
yes, 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 100%. I totally agree with you. So thank you again for coming on.
Thank you for having me. That
Yes,
was
and we're
really fun.
definitely going to stay connected, and I look forward to having you back on.
Yay. Great. Yeah, so awesome to chat. And I hope you have a really good day.
Yes, you too, and we'll stay connected.
Sounds great. Okay.
All right, bye-bye.